I was having problems. So, I guess I need to turn that way, because then I'm going to be looking at that darn thing. Hey, guys, and I'm still looking that way. Probably should have turned the phone that direction, because y'all might see my eyes looking that way. But we're going to give a couple minutes here to come on up in here. Hey, Regina. I don't know why I want to look up that way. Huh. That's cool that you got the little thing going up on there. That's a little different there. Facebook done changed some stuff. Hi. Hello, people that are rolling in. Nice to see you guys coming on here. I got my dad out there be on the front porch loud. Why am I looking? I might have to turn that thing this way. Y'all, hold on. It's just 7 o'clock in. I'm still here. I'm still here. Because I had it, the way that I had it turned, I wasn't going to be looking at the camera right. And so, for some reason, I'm always looking that way. And my camera is on this side. And, yeah. I'm trying to use my phone, guys. My phone is broke. But I'm tired of not being able to bring anybody in. I realized that I was using one of my old Android phones to do until I can get my phone fixed. That to be able to do the live feeds, and come to find out that I'm guessing because the outdated Androidness of the phone, yeah, I can't use the Facebook done updated the feature, because now I have little circles up here. I'm guessing that I can press that so that I can bring folks in. I don't know, but it's like little circle faces up at the top of my screen and stuff. And hello, everyone. This is Fierce Friday. Glad to see you guys. And those that are coming in, you do know that this is a show, a live feed for and about MS, which is multiple sclerosis. If you do not know, this is a public live feed where not only do we have lovely MS warriors here, we have people that are not diagnosed, or they are caregivers. And the thing about that is, the reason why it's public is I would love to bridge the gap between people that have the slightest idea what multiple sclerosis is, to see, to witness, to have a chance to figure out what the heck it is, to stop saying what I just recently posted, because a couple of things that I just heard and a couple of things that I just read, yeah. And if you don't know what I post, let me read it to you. When are you going to stop knowing someone with multiple sclerosis and find out what the heck it is? Go make yourself aware, please. Can you go do that for me? I am going to briefly just pop that up every once in a while. Because, hello, Gator, how you doing, sir? I don't know. It is a strange thing. People are just, I think they feel, me and Jalissa, by the way, was talking about this, that what, do you have to be leg hanging off and eyes bulging out your head? Like, seriously, what do you have to have going on with you in order for someone to sit up here and say, dang, okay, you got multiple sclerosis. I understand that that is a horrible disease, and that it seems that you're doing good. What are you doing that you're doing so good? And it'll be good to know, because I so happen to know someone that has it. Wouldn't that be a better way to say it, guys? Maybe not. But hello, people that are coming in. I totally appreciate it. I gotta go to, because I'm missing y'all things here. Listen. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Alright. So Ms. Dunn says, I tell people even if they don't ask. No shame in my game. Dunn, that is great. You shouldn't have no shame. None of us should have no shame. And again, one reason for this episode today, it is time to stop fearing multiple sclerosis. Don't you love the way that I say that? Sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis. Can you get that rolling on your tongue? Because that's kind of what multiple sclerosis does to you. Kind of, no, maybe not. But, but yeah, you got to be careful about people. Because how rude we are right now. They're just going to just blurt out some things, but don't want you to respond in the way that you should. And I'm not telling everybody to go out there and just be rude to people, but stand up for what's going on with you. I don't think it's disrespectful, and I feel, and there is a way that you can say and respond to fellow warrior, Miss Erica. Someone said something to her, and her response, hey, I would have responded the same way. While I'm at work, and I say something about multiple sclerosis, and they say, bless your soul, or I'm so sorry. Guys, my phone I'm starting to get some little scribbly lines where my phone's probably getting hot. It is hot, so hopefully it doesn't cut off on me. I'm gonna be very mad, and because if I do, trust me, I would start over on another live feed just to let you guys know. So just stay with me here. But yeah, it's time for us to, not only for someone outside of our community to be more aware, to pick up a book. Heck, pick up Google. You got a freaking phone, got freaking tablets. Not only do we need to stop fearing what multiple sclerosis is and learn a little bit more. There is stuff coming out every day about it. Research it. Stop sitting and listening to other people, because we can be our own enemies. We can be our own enemies, because I know some of you all, definitely me, have gone in a group, and when you went in the group, you were like, holy crap, I do not want to hear this. I do not want to see this. This is so depressing. What's going on? Do I have to look forward to being this darn depressed? And the first thing that we have a problem with is our old self. How many people have problems with not being able to be their old self? Can you give me some thumbs up? I know you out there. A lot of y'all feel that way. And hello, guys. Thank you for coming in to Fierce Friday. The lovely Friday Multiple Sclerosis show. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't see enough thumbs popping up. Man. Dude. Gator, man, bro, I've been so busy. I do apologize, sir. Yeah, we do have to meet up at some point. That's the part that we need to get rid of. That's the part that we need to stop fearing. Fearing that, oh, I'm not going to get back to my old self. You know what? I'm going to be upfront with you. Forget your old self. Because if it was supposed to be your old self, if you were supposed to be your old self, you would still be your old self. You don't supposed to be that. You weren't supposed to be that person. Find out who you are now. Make who you are now a better person. Well, I can't do that because how I feel. Yes. We have our days. Yes. Fatigue is very, 80% over the hill when it comes down to us doing something. Yes. Take your time sometimes. Hell, you got some of us out there that's bodybuilders. And a lot of that, I was talking to someone, with the technician that was doing my MRI yesterday. Health. Dude, I don't think it just boggles down to us just what we're eating just all of a sudden gave us MS. My opinion, I truly believe that we have that dormant gene. It's genetic. It's genetic. So it's almost one of those situations where we got it automatically. It's there. The thing about it is, what are you doing that's making it erupt and be activated? And a lot of that comes from the chemicals that we're dealing with when it comes down to food, when it comes down to stuff spraying outside. Heck, when it comes down to us looking good with the cologne, with the makeup, all of that stuff. And then the biggest thing, you just can't X out stress. Stress in the most purest form, like physical and mental. You can't throw that away. As in saying that not being a reason. You have to get away from that. You have to find some way to get away from that. Let's see. So we got to stop fearing it, guys. We're so scared. We're so scared of what's next till sometimes, do you ever wonder, because we're so stressed out about fearing what's coming and what might be next, that we might bring it to us before it's supposed to get to us? I was there. Heck, I was there at the beginning. When I had to sit and call my job and like, dude, I can't work. I can't see. I did direct TV work at home. Couldn't see the screen. All I had to do was walk maybe 3-4 feet. Like, I can see now, but if I walk maybe 3-4 feet and got just that little bit, fatigued me so bad to where I lost my eyesight like that. It started getting blurry and then it was gone. I had to go through that for maybe, I want to say 2 months. I had took 5 days of steroids. And yes, go ahead and laugh. But steroids. And so it took a minute for that information to go down. And see, I still have nerve damage. If I do, like driving today with no air conditioning, how hot it was. Yeah, I can, having that fatigue, this eye here can go haywire. It doesn't get as bad as it was back then, but I have that issue. Hold on, guys. I have to twist my phone in order to stop it from, because I don't want to lose the screen and then lose y'all. Because I've been in, crap. No, don't do this to me. Okay. No, don't do this to me. Stop it. Okay, I've been in 14 minutes, so I don't want to just mess up. All right, Regina says, yes, I'm in agreement. I believe it is stress. Regina, girl, Use a stressful cookie. And hey Bree, what's up? Done. Great. You don't fear it. You was angry about it for 9 years. Now you just laugh at this disease. You love soul, all of that Madrigal. You're on Ocrevitz. I'm on Ocrevitz too. Check this out though. Y'all, take that page from Dunn. Jalissa, stop laughing. Take that page from Dunn. Look, unless you just got diagnosed yesterday, if you've been in the game for 10 plus years, heck, 3 plus years, what are we angry about? What are we mad about? Do you know that you're losing time? That you can sit and figure out a better way to live life happy versus, and I'm not talking about the pain and all of this, and because all of us are different, so it's possible that it's going to take us time to adjust. But why are you going to want to waste all that time just trying to figure out why you can't be your old self again? Recreate yourself. Recreating yourself is easier than trying to get back to your old self. And you want to know what? I'm finna tell you a truthful thing, that a lot of us were asses. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. And I'm not going to excuse my French. A lot of the old us were asses. And till we got MS and possibly humbled ourselves, that's if you were humbled. Because I'm pretty sure there are still some of us out there that are still some butts. Because they're people. Sometimes there's no change in people when they get stuck in whomever way that they, however you want to say it. But I'm just saying, and if you're one of those people, thank you for changing. Because people thought I was gonna, well, people said I got angry. I mean, not angry, I was a little bit more meaner. And you know, they say you flip flop. If you're nice, you end up being mean. If you're mean, you end up being nice. I don't think it was that I was mean. I was going through a lot of stuff. My family at the time, especially when I was going through the hard times, when I end up going to I end up being admitted to 2 behavioral health because they thought I was crazy. It really wasn't me. My family one that made me crazy. But still, you know, I had to go. I had to witness that. The thing about it is, I wouldn't change that for nothing in the world. Even though one of them scared me because it was almost like the movies. One of them looked crazy behavior health with the doors hanging off by the hinges. And the people looked like they psychos, and they actually was. And again, if I had to go through it again, I wouldn't change it because I learned so much. The people that I met changed my life and so much, actually had an impact on me and my MS and how I looked at it. So if you're wasting time, if you're wasting your time trying to be depressed by saying, oh, I'm not my old me anymore, so I can't live anymore. Oh, woo, it's me. It's going to happen at the beginning. Hell, it might happen for that first year. But once you reach that 2 to that 3 year diagnosis of MS, now it's time to look at life and say, I can't be sitting like this. Especially if you are in a situation where a lot of us have had the partners that have left, whether if it's a marriage, girlfriend, cousin, best friend, hell, family members that just up and leave. Are you going to waste your time trying to figure out why? Is it me? 70% of the time, it might not have been you, just because you couldn't walk, just because they had to take care of you. You want to know what? If that is the case, then shame on them. They should be ashamed of themselves. And karma comes back on people like that. Trust me. People like that, they end up in the same situation, if not possibly worse. But going back, Miss Jenny says, being diagnosed less than a year, and I have already learned positivity and prayer are my best medicine. If I let it rule me, I can't be the best me for myself, my husband, and my kids. I just have to realize that what my limitations are, and realize those limitations can change every day. You're exactly right, Miss Jenny. And Miss Bree says, I help families learn how to deal with MSers because a lot of time family and friends have no clue. I got to learn all that firsthand when my sis and my daughter were diagnosed. Okay, Bree. So, are you a caregiver for your daughter and your sis? And you're not you don't have MS? I just want to make sure I read that right. And for you guys that are coming in, I totally appreciate it. This is Fierce Friday, when this is possibly one of the fiercest Fridays of the season thus far, only because we need to stop fearing MS, and the people that don't have MS need to stop fearing the fact that they don't know nothing, and go pick up a book. Do you not know how many PDF books there is out there? Get an ebook. Do you ask Siri, what's MS? Jesus. Okay, Bree, I have it, and I was a caregiver for my daughter when she was a teen, and not for my sis. I used to help her with her meds from time to time many years ago. Bree, okay, let me ask you this question. So your daughter was diagnosed before you? Or was it the other way around? You got diagnosed and then your daughter got diagnosed? You know what? Matter of fact, let me ask you a better question, Bree. Are you camera shy, Bree? Are you camera shy, Bree? Camera shy, camera shy. Are you camera shy, Bree? Every once in a while, I have to get that little high-pitched voice, and then you ain't singing right unless you look ugly. You got to look ugly to sing right, and so I wasn't looking real ugly. So I really wasn't singing that good. So y'all got to excuse me for that. All right. I'm just waiting for Miss Bree to answer that question there, Miss Bree. Yes, her first at 16 years old. I probably already had it, but didn't get it until 2012. And not camera shy at all. I'm a public speaker. All right, Bree. So let me ask you this question. I'm not seeing the availability to bring you up, but if I can bring you up, would you like to speak? You are a public speaker. I can't bring you up. Darn it. Bree, you don't have a camera? Bree, you don't have a camera on your phone, Bree? Shoot. No. I want to add Bree. Okay, Bree, please do, because I would love to bring you up. And while we're waiting for Bree to log on to her phone, isn't that so strange? Because I want to hear this story. Her daughter got diagnosed first, and then she got diagnosed after. So, she's on her computer. Give her a second. So we're going to give you a second, Bree. But yeah, come on, guys. Look, listen. I know you're going to be like, this... soprano. Nah, I actually am a bass / baritone. Okay, here we go, Miss Bree. I got you. Let me try and bring you up. I'm finna try to bring you on, Miss Bree. I'm trying to add you. Look at Facebook getting all fancy and stuff. You still might let. I don't know. I'm gonna try and add you, Bree. But yeah, I was a baritone and a bass and chorus at school. You don't hear the deepness in my voice. Well, I can get it low, get like very white sometimes. Hey, bird, something's wrong with me. It's trying to add you, Bree. I don't know what it's doing. But yeah. So look, you see how genetic this crazy thing is. I'm gonna try you one more time. It said it didn't answer. I mean, you didn't answer. Not sure why. What happened? Your request, Bree. Crap! Come on, thing. Really?
Hey, it wanted me to
Hey, there you
rotate my
go.
phone.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Well,
rotate
hello,
my
ma'am. How are
phone?
you?
I don't understand. What do you mean rotate my phone? Hold on.
How are you?
I'm at my house. I'm trying to turn my TV down because it was really loud.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm loving the color of your hair, man.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a hot mess right now.
Okay.
You got me online and I'm looking like crazy. I'm crazy. I don't have no makeup on. The lighting's all bad.
Well, you know what? Wait, that's the best you though, without the
This
makeup.
is not the best me.
Yes, it is.
We
Natural.
gonna rock it though. We gonna rock it.
Oh. So, how's your daughter now?
She's fine. She's I'm hoping I don't like kick you off trying to put you on my stand. She's fine now. She's had 2 episodes when she was very first diagnosed, and then she had one shortly thereafter, and she's been on Copaxone for many years, and she hasn't had a relapse since. She had one little episode since then. Nothing major. She went and got her degree at Florida A&M. She's a Rattler. Go Rattlers. And now.
Wait. Hold on. I was saying go because she got her degree, but I wasn't saying go for the Rattler part. I'm sorry. North Carolina.
So, but yeah, she did really well. She had a 504 plan. She never had to use it, thankfully. And
Okay.
she ended up getting a full scholarship to FAMU, and she rocked it.
Okay. All right. So, how old was she again when she got diagnosed?
She was 16. So she was,
and
she's 25 now. she's 25
and
now.
How did you find out?
She had a severe episode. So she was in band. So initially she was in band and her fingertips started going numb. So I thought she had carpal tunnel because, you know, cell phones started becoming really big then. They was doing that 2-thumb text thing with the letters. You know?
Yeah.
Remember when you had to hit them 3 times, 333, and you had to, you know.
Yeah.
And they was stuck, and then it was like all typing. They was in the chat rooms. It was during that time. It was a really big deal. And so I couldn't pull her away from the computer stuff and all that. And then she played saxophone. And so I thought she had carpal tunnel, but then that turned into like her arms and then around her face. Then she lost her vision, and then she couldn't walk without holding on to the side of the wall. And it all happened within a very, very, very short time, like 3 weeks, like a 3-week period. She went blind in both eyes, and the only thing she could see was shadows.
Was MS the first diagnosis?
MS was her first diagnosis, and I think they gave her the MS diagnosis so fast is because we already had it in my family. My sister was already diagnosed, and she had been diagnosed in the early 90s. My sister was.
Okay.
And so I was already familiar. And at first I thought, well, if it wasn't carpal tunnel, I actually thought she had juvenile diabetes because the symptoms were very similar. And MS in a teenager at that time, when it happened, you know, because this was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. It wasn't normal
It
to
wasn't
be
normal.
found.
Like they didn't even know
Yeah.
what to do with her. Like, because she was so
Okay.
young, they didn't have a neurologist didn't want to touch her because she wasn't an adult, and children neurologists didn't know enough about MS because they weren't specialized in the field. So I had to fight to
Yeah.
get her into the Shepherd Center in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
But they ended up taking her because, I mean, she was taller than me. You know what I'm saying? She was adult sized. She was just
Yeah.
16 years old in age. But so after a little persuading, they took her in.
Okay. Oh, well, are you still at the Shepherd Center?
She is actually going back to the Shepherd Center. She just moved back to Atlanta.
Okay.
I actually go to Johns Hopkins. I have a
Okay.
really good doctor at Johns Hopkins.
Okay. Because I'm at the MS Center of Atlanta.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and it's strange that housing your family like that, and it's strange how it kind of prepared you in a sense because your sister being diagnosed first. I was dating someone that their mom was diagnosed, and I helped take care of her with her.
Right.
And so I learned a little bit about it. I learned how easy that it would get in from she went from walking with a cane like it was like she really didn't need it to all the way being in a motorized chair because she didn't want to take her treatment.
Right.
And she really ain't take care of herself really, really, really well
Mm-hmm.
for what she could do for herself outside of we didn't have anything treatment to give her. And so outside of some other things, but I did that for maybe like 4 years. And then my sister got diagnosed.
Wow.
Then I think 5 years later, they diagnosed me, but they could have diagnosed me back in when I was like 16, 17, because I used to get paralyzed all the time, just like freakishly paralyzed, just out of the blue, playing sports, nobody touching me, and then be like dead weight. And they have to pull me out on the stretcher.
Right.
And so
They didn't know
the
what
only
it
thing they
was.
could tell
They didn't know what it was.
spasms.
Right.
Oh, you just having bad spasms.
You didn't drink
real
enough
strong
water.
spasms.
You didn't drink enough water.
Yeah, you just having strong spasms in your back. Let me give you some Flexeril. You'll be okay.
Yep.
Like a Band-Aid.
But see, and then what it is when you're young, you heal faster, which also helped my daughter in her healing process, right? So.
Don asked, was asking one of us, does everything just come back eventually? Well, Don, to be honest, it really just depends on the person. Yeah. That's why I was saying we got to stop focusing on our old self, because it's a chance that none of that comes back.
Right. You either get to go to some form of normalcy that you used to have, or you have to create a new norm for yourself.
Exactly.
And creating that new mindset of either you get some of yourself back or a new and improved, I call it a new and improved you, because I became a better version of me.
Yes, exactly. I did too as well. I feel that I was already kind of okay.
I mean, I wasn't a terrible person or anything like that, but now I'm more in tune with things that I did not pay attention to before.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and that's the thing. If you focus on everything that's going wrong and everything that you can't get back versus worrying about what you do have now, because that could be taken away from you, and especially for stressing out, you can get worse. And then once that get taken away from you, then you're a true basket case then, and That's where that deep depression comes in
Mm-hmm.
at. So how's your sister?
My sister does well. She is right now not on any therapy, but should be on some therapy. But at one point, she was diagnosed a while, like 20 some years ago. And when
Okay.
she was diagnosed, the only real therapy they had for her was Avonex. And
Okay.
Avonex had such an adverse reaction for her. Like the depression
Okay.
was so great in her. Like it turned her mental stability into like the darkest place I've ever seen her. And that, along with the flu-like symptoms that it gave her, she just opted not to be on that therapy. Now, knock on wood, thankfully, she hasn't progressed.
And that's great. I have my MS partner. She's on Avonex, and it's helping her a little. Well, she's been on it ever since she got diagnosed, pretty much. And that goes again to show you that how
Everybody's different.
the treatment are different. And just like you were saying, your daughter is on Copaxone for so long.
Right.
Copaxone was the worst thing for me.
Copaxone did nothing for me.
I mean, I went from I was on it for 6 months, and I went from when I got diagnosed, I was walking blind in this eye, to almost put in a wheelchair, and they put me on Tysabri. I was on Tysabri maybe for 5 months, and then I changed from that. I'm on Ocrevus now.
Okay. And see,
So,
and I went from Copaxone, which did nothing for me, like absolutely nothing. I didn't progress on it, but I was still like using motorized scooters to get through grocery stores, and I was using them to do any type of long trip. And it was a hot mess is what it was. It was a hot flaming red draws mess. It was terrible. And so they took me off that and they put me on Rebiff.
okay.
And I did fine on Rebiff, but I had a lot of site reaction, a lot of flu-like reaction. And I was working full time at that point. And I was like, I just can't handle the flu-like symptoms because like I have to get through a day and I'm 3 days knocked out with flu-like symptoms. Yeah. And then I got to take another shot again. And then now I'm down 3 days out with flu-like symptoms again. So they ended up putting me on Tecfidera.
Okay. And that's what you're on now?
That's what I'm on now. And it works fine for me, but I know Tecfidera is not for everybody.
Yeah, it is not for everybody. And for you guys that are coming in, hello. We have Miss Bree on, and we're talking about stop fearing MS. Yes. It's time to stop it. And going back to Regina, you stated that you take a lot of stuff from people. Girl, if you don't quit,
mm-hmm.
you get you can't. All right, it's basically the more stress. Again, anybody that has MS can't preach no more than how I preach that stress is our worst enemy. Actually, we are our worst enemy, and we are some of the stress, if not all of it, because we're reacting to people that we don't have control over. And once we realize that I can't change someone that don't want to be changed, and that you just need to go ahead and move on or X that person out of your life, then you're going to have the same old bullcrap over and over and over again. So Regina, you got to find your voice before you lose it and you get too lost, and it's almost like no coming back, or it's so hard for you to work back, and that's stressful in itself. So how long have you been on Tecfidera?
Almost 2 years. Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah. So, and I'm lucky because I don't have any side effects.
Are you working?
Not anymore. I did a medical retirement. My fatigue is a hot mess, but what I do now is I work for myself.
Okay. What do you do?
I do public speaking. I help people with their families. I help people that are newly diagnosed get through.
You say,
Yeah. So
I, I'm trying. Well, basically, this is pretty much what I'm using this platform for myself.
I'm just building
Um,
too. So I'm going to try to get into some of the medical schools. I want to talk to some because some doctors have a need to learn what bedside manner is when dealing with people with MS. They don't really kind of get it. You know, they're like, oh yeah, just take that
yeah,
medicine, you'll be all right. No, 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 no.
yeah. I was just talking to the technician, getting my MRI last night, and he was basically saying, yeah, believe it or not, you know, some of the diseases that are out there, you know, you need to be on something, you know, rather than not being on anything at all. But a lot of the doctors are only pushing medication because of money. You have to really not only research what's going on with you, you have to research that doctor that you're trying to go to,
Exactly.
because just like you were stating, you have some that's out there that's just don't even look at MS as being a disease.
Right, and they don't know how to
Um,
talk to us, or it, you know, you're specializing. Some of these neurologists, they're going to go out and they're going to specialize in MS, and they don't know that they need to promote other things other than just a medication. Right? We all, I think, to some extent, we all should be on a medication that prevents our disease from progressing. Right? I agree with that. I agree. However,
Now, you know
there
what?
are
That's not to cut you
methods that
off.
we can do.
Not to cut
Hmm?
you off. That big word that you just say. That big word that you just said. It's not big word, but it's a big word. Preventive. A lot of people are looking at these treatments as in this is that cure for me. This is what's going to make me better. But it's preventive medication, and
Right.
there's
It's
other
just
things that you have
stopping
to
the
do in your
progression.
life to. Yes. Yo.
And the
And I'm so
rest of it
sorry. You can go
becomes a
ahead.
lifestyle mind shift change. No, I'm just saying the rest of it is a
Exactly.
mindset lifestyle change. Because
It is. It is.
if you know about our disease and you know about what it really means to have inflammation in our brain, in our spinal cord, that inflammation can be semi controlled with diet and exercise. Is it going to be completely controlled? No, no, it's not. It's not a cure. To get that end all be all cure, that's not going to happen. However, there are foods that are bad for us. There are stress. Stress is bad for us. There are things that we have to
Yes.
learn how to control. Meditation is amazing for us. When they doctors will tell you in a hot second, like, you should do yoga, but they don't even know why they're telling us to do yoga, right? Because somebody has told them
You know,
that it's a good thing that we do yoga. But why? Well, because there's a mind body connection in
water
yoga.
exercise
Hmm?
just actually got me off of. I was taking I had gotten up to maybe like 25 pills a day, and she used to call me a pharmacy. And I thank her that I'm down to the little bit that I'm taking now, and I'm trying to cut down off of those too. But I had gotten so much nerve damage off of Capaxon not working
Hmm.
that I don't want to say I'm not going to, but it's going to be kind of hard for me not to take anything like I'm taking with Lyrica,
Right.
because it helps me with the pain. And then every time I cut back on, before, I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with, since I've been on it for so long as well now, but before they even started giving it to me, the Blackafin is, my kids used to say while I was asleep, I used to spasm so bad it was almost like I was jumping off the bed.
Right.
And so those two things are basically the only things that I take in preventive migraine medication.
Right.
I don't take any so all that stuff, I kind of wean myself off of it.
Right. And
Because I didn't like the side effects.
So and some damage, like if there's damage and you need the medicine, like if you're having muscle spasms, there's just some things that you're going to need medication for. And that's why we have doctors, you know, to check for those things. But you don't want a doctor that's just going to be like, yeah, take this medicine for this and take this medicine without at least trying to do something different. So like I used to take medicine for migraines. And I had bad migraines that would last, God, weeks at a time. Like they would never really go away. So, and part of it is tied to my MS because of where the lesions are. However, I started eating different and changing my diet, and I had some trigger foods that made it worse. So I don't take migraine medicine anymore.
So it's kind of like probably an allergic reaction.
It can be. It could be just that it just doesn't process in my body properly. And there's just a lot of foods out there. And I know everybody can't eat organic. And I know because it's just expensive and stuff like that, right? However, if you can eat as clean as possible and look at, you know, just certain things, don't eat fake sugar. Stay away from dairy, because milk in general, the milk that's processed here in the States, just has the most amount of hormones you can possibly pump into something. So dairy affects a lot of people a lot of different ways. But with us having MS, you don't want anything that's going to cause a lot of inflammation in our body. Red meat causes a lot of inflammation in bodies.
Okay, see, now you acting like Paul that comes up here a lot. You sit up here, you keep taking food away from me.
I don't want to take it away from you, but I just want you. I just want you to kind of like I still eat red meat.
No, I understand.
I still eat red meat.
I've been doing better.
Right.
I've been doing better with that. Not to stop that, but Miss Jenny asked a minute ago about Copaxone injections. Wondering if they had side effects, and it doesn't.
I didn't have any side effects from Copaxone other than the site injections.
The shots and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh man, my shots ended up being huge.
Yeah, I had huge site reactions, but I didn't have any side effects. No flu-like symptoms. No, I didn't get extra fatigue. I didn't get any side effects, but I also didn't get any benefits either. So,
yeah.
But my daughter thrives off of it,
and that's great. And it's very small that I hear that. So when I hear it, I am so amazed and appreciative that somebody is getting something out of it.
I know, right? Somebody works for someone.
Yeah, because I think it's, my mindset is like, it's a placebo.
That's how I felt.
Just somebody
That's how I felt. I was like, it's not working for me at all. I don't know.
Yeah, so, but man, is your daughter the only child?
No, I have a son too. And so right now, it's looking like he's all right, but...
How old is he?
He's 23.
23. Okay. So going back to your daughter being 16 years old, if you were to just sit and think, what could have been a trigger?
For her, it could have been anything for her, to be honest, because her long days of band practice, she was out in that heat on a regular, she didn't eat properly. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a kid. What kid eat properly?
Yep.
And then she's at, school a majority of the day, and then she's at band practice till 9 o'clock at night. Girl, we was in Atlanta. When you're in Atlanta, you know how important the bands are in them high schools, honey.
Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They are at their
Yes.
band practices. She went to Redan High School. It was a serious thing back then. So
it still kind of is.
right. I mean, I think she says a little different now, but it was real serious back then. And they was at practice till like 9 o'clock. They was there from 5 to 9 in that heat.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, they was there late.
Right.
Late.
And so it could have been anything. And then so there was some study somewhere that I read, randomly at one point, that said if your child ever had mono at some point, it made them more susceptible to the disease, which I thought was really weird. And I was like, okay, but she did. She had mono when she was like 10 years old. She got it from a water fountain at school. And wow, that could have been something that, triggered whatever that was. But then if you just look at our history, like my sister, myself, me, and I probably had it in my 20s. I used to have muscle spasms. I had like my leg would lock up. I would trip over my own foot, but I never got diagnosed. I was in the Army, so they just attributed to like I was fatigued or I was a heat casualty when I was in the military. So they were like, oh, you're probably dehydrated. And I used to.
You sound like.
Yeah.
You sound like my sister. That's what happened. My sister was in the Army and she went hard.
Right.
In her basic training. And that's when the doctor, when they finally diagnosed her, they went back and got all her records because she had to go to the medic hall or whatever you want to call it in the Army a couple of times. She actually bruised her hip or something. I don't think she didn't break it or nothing like that, but she did something bad to her hip. She had fell on it, stuff. She went through a lot of stuff, and they went back and looked at her records. They were like, she should have gotten diagnosed in basic training.
Well, they think they're now with my disability.
Yeah, she retired medically, and she was working in the White House, and the people that she was working up under loved her and helped her with making sure that she got a disability when she got ready to get discharged. And I thought it was cool because some folks
I'm lucky. I'm a blessed individual because I have my disability from the military. I have a percentage, but what they're trying to do now is backtrack and tie my MS into it, because they just, at first they were like, no, we don't think so. Because I have a slight case of fibromyalgia as well, but
I got
my doctor is like, no, those secondary symptoms are definitely your MS symptoms, because he knows where my lesions are. He was like, those migraines, that fatigue, that is not your fibro. That is definitely your MS.
So do you don't have one on your medulla oblongata, do you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I have one there, which that controls, if anyone doesn't know, if they didn't watch Waterboy, great movie. That part of your brain controls your breathing. Actually, your the mobility as well. And I have a big one on there, and so I'm thankful and blessed that my lesions are at bay now, because if they decide to want to ever get active, that's the last one I want to have any activity,
right? Because
then that's pretty much it probably will affect me to some degree. But guys, you're not alone. You're not along whatsoever in this battle,
Not at all.
and fearing it is only making things worse. It's just like the crazy people outside of our community that don't want to go pick up a PDF book or ask Siri or ask Google or ask Alexis what the hell is, oh, excuse me, what is multiple sclerosis, and try to find out stuff, and and don't know what's going on when they see someone with it. You yourself can't be like that. You can't sit up here and be scared of something that's going on with you, or you're going to be lost. It's just plain and simple. Some of these doctors are not going to just break down and tell you, as long as they're getting paid. You have to make sure you're finding a doctor that cares about you, not only as a patient but as an individual.
Yep.
And if you don't have that, you're just going to a doctor's appointment to feed somebody's pocket, to feed their family. I'm just going to be honest with you. So, Miss Bree, oh my God, I so appreciate, Jesus. I appreciate my phone, man, is acting crazy. But I totally appreciate it, even though you look marvelous,
Well,
and you say you're not you're not having a great day. But yeah, you look marvelous with curly hair and whatnot. So everybody,
I appreciate you inviting me in. And everybody out there, just remember one thing. You only have one life to live your best life. Okay? So live your best life no matter what anybody else says. And that's it. That's it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. You do you.
Exactly. That's some of the best information that you can provide for someone. And feel free to hit my inbox or anything, or if you got something going on and you might feel that I could help in any type of way, I will most definitely, because that's something that I'm trying to do myself, to get word out
Definitely.
to people that not alone, and that they could do so much with
Definitely.
being scared as they are. And it's just that mindset, like you say, get in that mindset. Once you get that mindset, regardless if you're in a wheelchair or even if you're bedridden,
right,
it's still, life looks better than you just sitting there and looking in that rearview mirror and saying, I wish I was that person again.
Right.
Because if you was a jackbutt, I don't want you to be a jackbutt anymore. I want you to be a great person. I want you to be a happy-go-lucky person. And you, hey, puppy. Oh, I work at PetSmart, so I see a lot of those.
This is he could literally be a service dog. I just need to calm him down a little bit. He knows when I'm having bad days.
Wow, really?
Yep. He's just not really good around, like, if he sees other dogs or other animals. So I won't put a vest on him unless I get him trained. But he's good for me.
Well, you need to do that.
Yes. This is my baby. This is King. Say bye-bye.
Go ahead, Miss King.
He's so cool.
Well, Miss Bree,
thank you so much.
I totally appreciate it. You're very welcome. Thank you for coming up. And guys, you can be brave like Miss Bree. So the next time I have a show and I ask you to come up, stop being scared.
Don't be scared.
We'll see you later, Bree.
Bye.
That was wonderful. That was good information. And that right there tells you how genetically this crap is. And that you want to know how you got MS, you already had it. If you got MS now, you had it already. It was just dormant. Oh, dang, look at I don't know if y'all seeing what I'm seeing. Facebook messing up. It's glitching or something. Can y'all see me? Because my Facebook look ugly. Can y'all hear me? Somebody say something. Am I buffering? Oh, okay. Cause man, mine look horrible. Maybe there's just my stuff going on. That was scary. I look like Mad Max. I only got like green pixels on my computer screen. So nobody is seeing green pixels. I just want to make sure. One more time. Okay, you say you heard me and see me. Oh, y'all see it too? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to stop this. But Jalissa, it is just not in this one state. You know what the thing is? You just don't know is that much in Oklahoma City. That's all. And see what it is my phone. It's my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and get off. But if you just so happen to be watching this crazy crap on YouTube, subscribe button is right there. And then you have the previous episode down here. Thank you guys so much. And again, make sure you say thank you in the comments to Miss Bree. She was a wonderful guest. See you guys later. Girl, you just don't know. Some of your family members got it. I ain't trying to give it to nobody. Somebody got it. It's just dormant. But they ain't been checked yet. It's there. See, look, Miss Pat, say mine do. See? It's over, guys. Bye.